Hello, everyone, tonight. I follow directions good. Okay, hang on. I'm not hearing it on YouTube, no. Oh, all right, now I'm hearing it here and on YouTube. I'm hearing yours too.
Oh, you are? Okay, good. All right, good.
Well, now I'm not.
Okay, so maybe. All right, well, we'll test it and see. We can hear Andrew, but not Michael. I always like to do this. This is good to have where nobody can hear half of it. I have to mess up something with sound every single time, so just let me know if you're hearing it, folks, and we'll move on to whatever we're going to move on to. So you got it now? All right, good. I can hear it in your background of your sound.
It's good now.
Okay, good. All right, well, folks, thanks everyone for coming out. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't have sound work or not work, so I just want to make sure. Hey, good to see everybody out there. I'm throwing your comments up on screen so we can see everybody. Thank you, Miss Sheila. She says, need audio, please. I get it. Can hear both of us now. As I was saying, Andrew is a big user of Zoom. He uses, among other things, but he really listens and goes to a lot of the different events they have and help sessions and videos that they do on a pretty consistent basis, I would say. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I'm there at least 3 times a week.
Right, exactly. So I thought, what a perfect person and somebody that uses it and gets the practical use out of it. Why not bring him on and let's go over that stuff and have some fun. We're not going to go into every single thing, but if you have a question that you want to bring up, right, Andrew, let him bring it up, right?
Yeah.
Because we want you guys to. We're going to go in and touch on certain things. We got a whole slideshow that we're going to do, and we're going to follow it. And if you guys have a question that's not on the slide, that's okay. Well, I'll stop Andrew and say, hey, Andrew, so-and-so has a question on this. What about this? And we'll let him give the answer, or if I know the answers, one way we'll give the answer. So, are you ready to get started, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's do this. So let me get to that screen. All right, hopefully everyone can see that. It's a Zoom presentation talking about helpful video and meeting software. So let's get right into it. Andrew and I kind of talked about this beforehand, earlier today actually, and we talked about this, some use cases. And again, Andrew, you can't see this, but I'm gonna read them off, and we can talk about it in detail if you want to on certain things, or it might be self-explanatory too. So,
Okay.
Great for a business meeting. I think, in my case, I use it at work. It's just so simple with the mobile people and that kind of thing. I know you're not on mobile, but you've seen me how many times on mobile.
Every time I've seen you on screen, almost.
Usually, yeah, that's true. Usually the Zoom meeting at nighttime, I usually get on my mobile because I'm upstairs and that kind of stuff. So it works out great. Great. Andrew, you brought this one up today. That's a good point. Great for families and the holidays and things like that, for being able to be social that way.
Yeah, in fact, we're planning on using it for Thanksgiving. We're going to set up a thing between my niece and her husband's parents in New York.
Right. See, that's awesome. And they could do that on phone. They could do that on, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got an iPhone. Her husband's got an iPad. Their parents are on a PC.
Okay.
And I think his brother may be there, and he does an Android tablet.
Nice.
So it'll
Nice.
give it a workout.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. And then recording meetings and keeping it evergreen. This is something that you bring up all the time, and this is something you actually do, is it not?
Yes, it is. It's great to be able to have one place that you can put everything, you record it, and what's neat is because it's Zoom, you can put it on YouTube or on your computer and upload it to Vimeo or wherever else you want to put it, or leave it in Zoom's cloud and
Very
give
nice.
somebody the link to their cloud, and then they can go watch the video later. You don't have to use YouTube. You know.
Very nice. Yep.
In the meeting case, you can't record to YouTube unless you record it locally and upload it.
Okay. That's good
In
to
the
know.
webinar, you can.
Right, right. A whole different setup, and we're not going into the details of that particular thing right now.
No,
So,
no.
but again, we could sit here all night going over all the different stuff and everything. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Tutoring students or education training. This is something that I do. I actually use it on Tuesdays when I tutor my kids Spanish. I do a Spanish lesson with them where we do interactive and we actually go over pronunciation and things like that. So it's extremely useful for that kind of thing. And I know a lot of people in business training and stuff like that as well, they'll use Zoom. The next one, in coordination with OBS, XSplit, Wirecast, and others, just like this. I mean, we're bringing in video tonight, I'm bringing in you in with me using Zoom and then just broadcasting it in that way. Very good use. Again, that's probably something that you don't do, but it is something I definitely do. I do, and you know what? I do it mainly for my quality of my video and your quality of your video and what the people are seeing out there right now. I'm thinking that it's very close. I really don't know, and it may be even better on your end. And I'm bringing you in with Zoom, and I'm right. So you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Zoom impressed me the first time I saw it with its audio and its video. And
Oh
I
yeah.
still haven't found another thing out there that's as sharp and crisp on a consistent basis.
Huh.
Like,
Interesting. That's nice. And then live streaming YouTube and Facebook. Again, that's with the, what is it? I forget the
well,
web.
okay, you can do to both in the webinar. I found that in the meeting today that you can actually, from the meeting, you can broadcast to the Facebook Workplace, which I didn't even know existed. It's sort of like business hangouts and, the whole get your team together on one page and everything. I've got to find out more about that, but they just introduced that this week.
Got you. Let's see. Terry says, I'm getting hearing a lot of low rumble or whatever coming from a microphone, and that's probably my end on the my, what am I trying to say, lavalier mic. So I'll have to look into that, Terry, see if I can't help you out on that, so it doesn't blow you up. I don't want to do that. All right. First thing, here we go. We took a couple screenshots today when we were talking about it, so I want to go over a couple of those. Video is exceptional on any device. These are some of the key points and things that we felt like was really great, like right here, you can see the video that has Andrew and I don't know. You've seen me on mobile, Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Your opinion?
It doesn't, with Zoom, it doesn't matter whether you're on mobile or whether you're on a PC or what. The video quality stays high and it's constant. It's there. And everybody that sees it compliments it. I've yet to have anybody complain about the Zoom video.
Yeah, and I would imagine, now I'm sure it could be bad, like if you're out in the middle of a field somewhere and you don't have any Wi-Fi and you're trying to draw. So I mean, just off the cell phone, I mean, that's when it can be kind of tricky sometimes. But yeah, all right, good.
Yeah, well, I got, today I walked out with the tablet all the way to the back. That's almost 350 feet away from the house.
Wow, did you really?
Yeah, and the video didn't change at all.
Okay, gotcha.
The whole connection was just perfectly solid.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All All right. On air. Recording is great, as well as the ability to start and stop recording. This is one of your favorite features, isn't it?
That is my most favorite feature, is the fact that you can have one session, you can stop the recording during the session and start it up again, and it will give, however many times you do that, it'll give you separate recordings of each one. So you could show a slide, start a recording, discuss what was on the slide, stop the recording, show another slide, start another recording about that second slide. Then you can string them all together, or you've got your snippets. You can upload either one or merge them or whatever. To me, it's better than slice spread. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy because so it does do individual ones, right?
Yes, and you get your choice. You can either pause the recording and then restart on the same recording, or you can have as many individual recordings within the session as you want.
Okay. Very interesting. That's very nice to know. That's great to know. Okay. And I wonder with the live streaming part of it, whether you're still able to do that. Because in a live stream, I don't see how you could be because you're...
Okay. With live streaming, you got to remember in Zoom, the video is not created until you end the meeting.
Oh, good point. You're right.
So
you're right. Good point.
If you're live streaming, I don't know, because I don't really do that much live stream,
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense then. So live streaming, you wouldn't get it till the very end anyway. So that's
right.
Good. Okay. All right, next one. Let's go to, oh yeah, okay. You can have chat or limit it. Individual chat, and you can toggle through. So if you look right here, over here, they do a separate chat window on the side, and then it kind of shows you from the icons here. This is what it looks like when you highlight or somebody has chat to you. It puts a little one up there letting him know that, let me know that. And then when I open it up, it shows that first section that you saw where I have the chat on the side. And you wanted to bring up a point about that, right?
Yes, because when you set this thing up, you can have chat set up to where you can chat with the participants. They can chat with everybody. It's public. It's out there. You can limit it so that only the host, it goes to the host, or you can have private chats with each other. I could, if we had other people in here and I wanted to talk to Susie, I can send a message just to her through the chat. She'll be the only one that sees it.
That's great. That is so awesome to be able to do that. Individual chat is just huge, and I know a lot of people like that. Hey,
well,
scoot over a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. There you go. Okay. Go ahead.
What's really neat is if you set it up for the tracking, then you can see when people go off the tab and are not paying attention to you, and you can send them a private message. I know you're not watching my video. Get back here.
Yeah, there you go.
This, you come back. There's so many little ins and outs. This thing you could do. Well, they've got 28 hours of video showing how to use this thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Mark Barris, since you just mentioned that, Mark Barris says, is there a short, quick start how-to video that I can email a prospective client while I'm on the phone with them? I'd like to get them on Zoom right then and there.
There probably is, but I haven't watched all of their videos yet. And as you know, I don't have a phone, so I'm not familiar with the mechanics of doing that. But I'm sure there's ways. In fact, you probably just hit if you're the host, you just hit the invite button. And it'll copy the invite and everything.
Right, but a quick start to kind of show them a little bit, a quick start kind of thing to show them how to use it right away.
All right, there is on their website, on their support page, there is a video that you send them in the email with a link to the video to show them what to expect when they get the email. They open it, they click that link, it plays the video about, you click this link, here's what to expect, and the whole thing, it shows them before they actually click the link in the email.
I got you. So there is something, or it will work.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So back to it. This is great. I love the chat part too. I think that's awesome because you can sit there and talk to people in the background, and the host doesn't know you're doing it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Next is list participants and many features. Nonverbal communication. You wanted me to bring that up to make sure that we said that. And like there's things like raising your hands and going to breakout rooms and things like that.
Yeah, they've got what they call nonverbal communications, and they've got icons to indicate, like you can throw up a picture of a cup of coffee that says you're going away from the screen for a while, or it's got a clock, meaning you're behind time, speed things up or slow things down or whatever. And then the breakout rooms are fantastic.
That's interesting.
Because you can have a co-host in each breakout room, and they can record just what's going on in that breakout room on their computer. You're allowed 50 breakout rooms. So you could have 20 breakout rooms, people discussing 20 different subjects, each one recording it. They send all that back to the host. He can do a mass recording of everything that went on or anything. And if the host goes to his breakout room, the recording that he's done follows him from room to room. So he can do a recording of whatever breakout room he's in without having to touch any buttons at all.
That is great. I mean, because that works out for especially like if you have certain breakout sessions that you want to go to, and you said they can come back, right? You can force them back.
Yeah. The host can close all the breakout rooms at once, and everybody will say, breakout rooms close in 60 seconds. Please return to the main room.
Oh, see, that's very convenient.
Yeah, and then if they don't return in 60 seconds, they get yanked back into the big room anyway.
Okay, I got you. So Terry out there, he asked real quickly. He said, "Is there a price structure to what Zoom offers?" Terry, it's zoom.us/pricing. You can see the page right there. I just sent it to you, so you can see it. I saw that, so I wanted to make sure and get that out to you, so you had it. So yes, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, there's almost everything that you need under the $14.99 for the most part, unless you're a really big company or something. But I will say this: it's $14.99, right? I mean, it's $14.99, but there's extra charge for using the webinar part of it. Yeah. Or if you wanted, but you can do that month to month if you want, right?
Yeah, the webinar part, you could do the Zoom part, but the big thing about the Zoom part is it's $14.99 per month, but if you paid by the year, it's less than that.
Yeah, okay, and then
the webinar is $40 a month, and you can do that off and on whenever you want to hold a webinar.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. So you could, hey, we're not going to do anything in December. Just turn it off, and then bring it back after that.
Yeah, and if you can get away with 20-minute videos and everything, the free version, once you get past 2 people, you get 3 in, it'll record for 20 minutes. It's the maximum length. But on one-to-one, it's unlimited. You can record for 8 hours, 10 hours. Whatever.
Nice. That's awesome. You keep sneaking. You need to slide over. But anyway.
I'm sorry.
That's all good. It's fine.
Well, I'm not used to this.
That's all right.
I relocated my camera.
That's all right. And then the next thing is, invite is really easy. Gmail, Yahoo Mail, your URL link, and then you can embed the link. Folks can actually make phone calls into the meeting. So I know a lot of people have asked about these features and stuff like that. It's really, really awesome. You know, if you think about it, that's really cool to be able to do those kind of things.
Yeah. The funny thing is, everybody wants to know about being able to phone in, but I go to all the Zoom things that I can, they offer that, but 99% of the people that attend those things are coming in through the computer. Very few people call in to the help things,
Or their phone. They'll come in, because you can come in through your phone without making a phone call to come in.
Yeah.
But it does have the option, though. Let's say you're in a really bad area, but your phone service is working fine. You can call in that way. So that's really kind of cool.
And what's neat is you don't even need a smartphone. You can use a landline.
Yes, good point. Good point. So which is important for you, since you don't have a smartphone or whatever.
That's true.
And my mom, who used to have a flip phone, I could have invited her. So there you go. All right, next slide. Next slide is, here we go. We're talking about video and audio functionality. This is the it'll go and pick any, you get to pick any microphone or any speaker. It really lets you choose your whole system. You can see in the bottom left in this image that I'm showing, Andrew's kind of in the way. I can move him out of the way for a second, but you can see the mute, and it has right there where we can mute and unmute. And then the top part shows you the stop video, where you can stop and start the video, and it shows that you can use different cameras. Like, this is my one from work, so I only have the one camera, but like at home, I have 2 webcams hooked up, and I have a capture card to get that and all that kind of stuff. So it's really kind of cool.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's easy. You click that one thing and select what you want. That's it. You don't have to worry about selecting bit rates and all that other stuff that you have to do with, you know.
So much easier, huh?
Yeah. Oh, really? I mean, you know me. I'm not a tech.
Right.
That's one reason I fell in love with this thing, because, I mean, I play with OBS, but bit rates and all that is just, that's beyond me. Give me a one-click solution. And
Click a button. That's right. Click a button and go. That's right. Click a button and go. All right, back to the slides. The next slide, speaker view and gallery view. Here are the 2 main views. Like if you have, it'll show you 25 people on screen at once. It's really interesting. In gallery view, you can see that. But if you notice, and then over in speaker view, it has like 2 or 3 up at the top, or 4, I think, when you have multiple guests in there. And you could probably answer to that better, Andrew, because you've seen that.
Yeah, I forget exactly how many it is, but once if you've got 25, at the end of the row, there's going to be an arrow, and you click it, and you can bring them across. Sort of like if you put YouTube in where you've got all of your videos out, and you just stream them over. That it's the same thing as that, basically.
And then in gallery view, it'll say gallery view while you're in speaker view, but then it'll say gallery view, speaker view when you're in gallery view, whatever.
It's a reverse toggle, and I hate them. If they're going to say speaker view, it should say go to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
It bugs me.
But I will say this: it's very. Once you learn that, though, it's pretty easy. I mean, there's a couple little things, little quirks like that have. Now, if you notice on these pictures too, it has a record button down there. The host has to allow you as a user to be able to record. Is that right, Andrew?
That's correct. When you hit that record button, it will send me a message that you are asking to be able to record. Then I approve it, and then you'll get a message saying you're capable of recording.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of features, it's very feature rich, a lot of different things, a lot of things you can do. One thing, and I'm going to ask you, because someone asked me this today, and I didn't know the answer, but I don't think you can right now, but maybe you can answer it. And I don't mean to put you on the spot, because I should have asked you this before, but lower third, can you add lower thirds?
No, you cannot, except
I know you can do
you can do the rename where you say H&M show under you. You can put anything you want in that space. That is the lower third presume.
Okay, so what he's talking about is if you look in these images, you can see a very small little in the bottom left corner, Michael Daniels, and then on Andrew's you can kind of see his you can see it because I have it covered up by the other slide, but that's what he's talking about there. So really not a lower third, but you can change the name or the text that's in there. And I think you're limited to characters as well.
Yeah,
and size.
I knew it. I think it's 35, but I'm not sure.
Well, you can go ahead and, if you would, ask them next time you talk to them, put that on your notes to see if they can add lower third ability. Because I know you can do really interesting. If you look in Andrew's image here, if you look on screen, he has a back screen. So you could do a backdrop. I guess you could do that as instead of a lower third, you could do that. You could have a backdrop with that information on there.
Yeah, in fact, I made one. I took a picture of the old banner.
That's what's showing here. That's what's showing here. Yeah, that's what's showing.
Yeah, and that's a picture of the actual banner.
Nice.
And then you can do all sorts of branding if you do it that way. And if you notice, I've now changed my name on my Here, I'm now not Andy Hatchett. I'm lower third.
Yeah, I got you. Well, they don't see that, but that's fine.
They're not seeing. Oh,
No,
you don't.
that's what I see. They don't see that part of it.
I didn't know whether you brought that into the picture or not. Okay, you don't. Oh, I forgot. You got me on the red background.
That's
here.
right, exactly. Yep.
I'm not used to playing Heather, as you can tell.
That's right. There you go. Terry asks, I am most interested in how this would be used with OBS. Well, that's what I'm doing right now. We are presenting and I'm using Zoom, bringing it in to OBS. That's the process I'm using right now. And we can talk about that at another time. I did an OBS tutorial kind of showing how I brought Zoom in and that kind of stuff. That being said, folks that are a member of our paid community, Heather and I started a paid community to help people and do workshops and things like that. So one thing that we do in there is we have workshops and go over this kind of stuff, and we always have an after party where we invite people in for the paid members, and we get into session and we talk about these kind of things. So if you're ever interested and you want to do that, it's $10 a month. You can start and stop anytime you want. It's in the description. It should be down in the description of this video. Shows you how to go in through that process. It's a form that you fill out and say that you want to do it. I just wanted to advertise that real quick, Andrew. I don't mean to take away, but
hey, it's your show. You're allowed.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think, oh no, I wanted to show one last thing because this is something you brought up, which I have to totally agree with you, is the Zoom Help Center. Why don't you talk a little bit on that, because that is just awesome. They got help people that come in. They got all these icons you can hit. They got videos. Boom, Andrew, take it away.
It is as good a help center as I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot in my time. They compare very favorably with the Master Genealogist, which most of you don't know about. It quit production about 10 years ago, but that guy, the owner, held 2 online meetings a weekend for his users.
Nice.
Business Hangouts, you know how cooperative they are.
Mm-hmm.
They match them. They are fantastic. You go over there 24/7, you click that little blue help button, and they do it. Their text things that they've got, the articles, they go on and on and on. They're all searchable. They've got like 28 hours worth of videos that you can do. It's, anything you want to know, all you've got to do is put one word in the search thing and it'll bring up every article that they've got on their site about that particular thing. Doesn't matter what section it's in, it sort of pulls them all together so you can just go down and read everything about that one particular thing if you want to.
There's I was in the way, but now you folks can see it's a little help button. It'll pop up and it'll ask you if you need help right now. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The other thing is too, and I think you actually told me, I can't remember what number you said, but you went and counted all the videos, but you can see right there, it shows the 1-minute video introduction and then shows you all the videos. What was it? 24 or something?
28.
Okay, 28.
If I counted, I just did a quick approximation I wrote.
So,
but yeah, and they're 1-minute videos. Those are fantastic because you want to know how to do one particular thing. That's all it deals with.
There you go.
Bang, bang, bang. If you have watched Teacher Tech videos, the guy that does that, they're basically that same type of thing. Really, really great. I can't say enough about their help centers.
Which is great. I mean, that's awesome. And I bet you they recorded them with Zoom, too.
Oh, yeah, you can tell. In fact, I'll mention this. I am a member of Tim Smoyer's video creators thing, patron, right? He had his monthly thing yesterday, first one I'd ever been to. Went in, guess what he's using? Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
To hold patrons meetings, So I figure if it's good enough for him, it's darn sure good enough for me.
Great point. Great point. And that's awesome. That's really what we have, folks. That's the Zoom presentation. That's the stuff we wanted to discuss tonight. And I mean, like I said, we could go on all night long and talk more and more and more. Members, again, I'll invite you in as soon as we are done in this process. A couple more things I'd like to go through. Andrew, did you want to add anything else about
No,
Zoom?
except to remind everybody, if you want to know about Zoom, if you've got questions, we're on every night, 8 to 8:30 minimum. Now we go past that a lot of times, but if you've got questions, we run
Weeknights.
weeknight,
Weeknights.
Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
and we do the evening show using Zoom.
And
And
that's in user to user. He's talking about a
yeah,
different community than what the one
yeah,
I was talking about. Yeah.
yeah.
Good. Excellent. Thanks, Andrew. I really appreciate it. And
I'm glad you enjoyed it,
absolutely, sir.
and thank you for inviting me.
Yep. All righty. Now we're going to do a little shout out here, and
I can do that.
all right, folks, I wanted to do a shout out this week to a really good friend of mine who's part of the show, sort of. Unfortunately, she's not here this week, but Heather Crafter, who let me borrow her Smooth, or actually have it, because she didn't know how to use it or didn't want to use it, and just pretty much gave it to me, which was pretty awesome. And I did some live streaming with it, and I wanted to shout out to her and say thank you. So Heather, if you come back and watch this, I want to make sure it was a public announcement out there that I thought it was awesome and great, a great thing to use. Maybe I'll do a help video showing how it's used and that kind of thing. But it really turned out to be pretty cool, and I felt like it was a very smooth video and stuff, how it finally turned out. So thank you very much, and I wanted to make sure and get that shout out to her. Tech news, real quick, in the news and tech and stuff like that. I want to tell you how much fun I did go for that week. You can watch my channel and go back and watch some of the videos at the TC Summit. I had the Top Contributors Summit. I know that I'm having top contributors on periodically. And I wanted to let you know that meeting all them, talking to them, some new people that I've met before, but I always have a blast with them. Unfortunately, Andrew couldn't make it with us, but just because of pretty much health and that kind of things and other conflicts. But and we missed you, and a lot of people asked about you. So, but I wanted to let everybody know that the TC Summit was a blast, a lot of fun. I'll probably talk about some of that. Maybe even have like a workshop and talk about that. There's certain things that I cannot say because they were under non-disclosure, so I can't bring it up. But I loved talking to the people, and you're going to see I think there's a lot of things that are going to come through, and a lot of things happening based on that. Another thing in tech news: Pixel Buds demo and reviews. There's a lot of them out there. I know Scott Peachy. He does a video once a week on certain things. He just got his in, and he did a video on it. A great review of the Pixel Buds, the new ones that help you translate through your phone, and these earbuds. Really incredible. We actually got to use them and demo them while we were there. A really, really great sounding earbuds, but as well as I did not, and I'll just make this note, I did not think they were that comfortable, but the sound was incredible, and I love the translation part. Those of you that do know, I speak Spanish, so it was awesome for me to be able to speak Spanish, and this other guy could hear me and that kind of stuff that didn't speak the language. So one quick thing just to end up on that, it's kind of a tie-in, and we're talking about the Pixel 2. It'll tie into, and hang on one second. Let me go to. All right, the system is slowing down. Might not be able to get the video going, but a sneak peek next week. There will be a show. I don't know if this is. My OBS is slowed down to almost a crawl, so I'm not sure if you're hearing this. But next week, Scott Peachy will be on the show talking about Pixel. Any Pixel. Anything to do with Pixel. Because he's a Pixel TC, so he's going to come in and talk. Now, Andrew, I know you always wonder, hey, is that a Pixel book?
Mm, he's probably going to be talking Pixel phone. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my sound is off? Oh, great. Okay. So my sound was off for a lot of that. But anyway, bringing in next week. Hopefully you guys saw. Um, hopefully I didn't hit the wrong thing or the right thing or whatever. So next week, Scott Peachy coming on. Anybody that missed that or not, I think that will be a great show, Sheila says. Maybe she heard it. I don't know. But it should be a lot of fun. We'll see what happens for next week's show. Okay, back now. Good. Thank you. Folks, anybody that is a member of the community, I will be inviting you in the community. You'll see the invite there to come on in the Zoom. If you have any questions, we can go on further about some stuff. Again, Andrew, I'm going to thank you again. Thank you again for coming in. I do appreciate you coming in and joining and filling in some information. Check out Andrew and the user-to-user communities in there all the time. I can get a hold of him all the time because I'm talking to him all the time. We have that community together. But like I said, thank you, folks. Thanks for coming. Enjoyed it, and we will talk soon. I have no idea whether the sound is off. I don't think it is.